Welcome. You're listening to Leaders Lounge live and unmuted with Steve Hamilton. Today, so many leaders are feeling stuck, isolated, and uninspired. This podcast will help you master your framework, connect with the community of leaders, and reignite the devotion for what you do. Some of the brightest leaders of today will be joining the conversation, sharing the joys of leadership, their vision of the future, uncovering blind spots and pitfalls, as well as what they do to maintain their footing. If you're looking for candid conversation, this is the podcast for you. Help us by staying connected and subscribe to YouTube as well as SteveHamiltonMinistries.com. Now let's get started.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Leaders Lounge. Welcome to this week's episode entitled, I Got Your Back. And it's important for us to understand that we're not in this by ourselves. Oftentimes, leadership can be a very lonely and isolated experience. You can feel like you are in there all by yourself. You don't feel like anybody is rolling with you, but it's important to realize that not only can we go farther together, but we can also have a greater reward for our labor. Ecclesiastes talks about two are better than one, and the threefold cord is not quickly broken, but two are better than one because they have a greater reward for their labor. And so it's important to know that you have people on your team, people that are in your corner that are able to help you navigate through. So we're glad to see all of you tonight, and make sure you like, share, tag, and make sure that people around you or leaders that are around you are connected to us tonight, because I think we're going to have some things that can be said that are going to help you. And it's one thing to, leadership is a lonely business anyway. Being a leader is a lonely assignment because you're usually out there in almost isolation, and people are looking to you to take them where you need to go or to accomplish whatever goal it is. But no one does it by themselves. There's no leader that can just make it happen on their own. They need people around them. And sometimes the leader needs to know that someone's got their back, that someone is pulling for them, that somebody is there for them. And, as strong as a leader can be, they still need somebody that's around them that is able to support. I remember when we first did our men's self-care sessions over 5 years ago, 6 years ago, almost 6 years ago. One of the first things that David Smith said to us, and he talked about, was making sure we had to work on our bench. Who was behind us? Who was supporting us? And making sure you had the right people on your bench to check out the people that are around you, that are in your corner, that are your support system. And so that stuck with me, because sometimes there are people that you think are on your team, but sometimes it may be working for somebody else. I've always thought about the analogy of knowing how to put people in the proper place, the proper seating arrangements for your life. Some people you had on the front row or in the orchestra section or the VIP section need to be moved to another space. And so it's the same way when you're talking about people on your team, people that are with you, that are going with you, that are rolling with you, and going through the battles with you. Sometimes it's important to make sure you know who's on your team and that the people on your team have your back. And by the same token, the people on your team need to know that you got their back, that you're supporting them, that you're not abandoning them when things get rough. And so I wanted to just talk about that for a little while this week, because we need to make sure we have the right people around us. And we have to make sure that when we're going into, and I know a lot of times we don't necessarily like to use battle analogies, but sometimes when you're going into a situation, you're going into a circumstance, you're trying to accomplish a goal, trying to accomplish certain tasks, you need to know you have the right people around you, that when things get tough, they're going to still be there. If you start losing the battle, they coming in to help. I often talk about playing basketball, and I almost called it this. I was going to call it this week, but I thought about the basketball analogy when you're guarding a particular player, the opposing player, and they're look like they're about to go around you. They got the ball and they're going around you. It's good to have somebody behind you that says, "Oh, you got help. You got help." Write that in the comments real quick. Say, "You got help," because you have to have people around you that, "Hey, I got you. I got you covered. Don't worry. If they get by you, I'm gonna be there to still take up the slack." And that's what is important for a leader, to know that if I miss something, if something gets by me, if I didn't catch it, if I didn't see that thing going wrong, that problem happening over here, somebody else caught that for me. And by the same token, when someone else doesn't see what's about to happen, we got an issue that's going to come up over on this side. I got you. I see it. I know where you are. And it's a good feeling to know that you have somebody behind you. It's good to know that you have somebody beside you that's like, "Hey, I see it. I see it too. I know it. I got it, and we'll deal with it. And we'll deal with it together, because we need to be a team. We need to be in sync. We need to make sure that, we're getting the goal accomplished. We're getting where we need to go, and we're doing it together. We're doing it the right way. We're doing it as a team. And so often in scripture, there are many occasions where you have folks that, you could tell they were in the heat of the battle, but they had somebody that covered for them, that had their back, that was able to look out for them. I'm often thinking of Jonathan and David, and how David's on the run from King Saul, Jonathan's father, and he's on the run. He's out hiding in the wilderness. They say he's out in the wood. He's basically running for his life. He's trying everything he could to not only escape with his life, but also not to have a battle with King Saul. King Saul's got all these men chasing after David, and David is basically in isolation. But he and Jonathan were connected. He and Jonathan were friends. He and Jonathan were like brothers. And when Saul couldn't find David, Jonathan found him. He's hiding, but Jonathan knows how to find him, because that's what a real teammate does. That's what a real friend does. They know how to find you when you are even trying to isolate yourself from everybody else. They know how to get in the mud with you. And so Jonathan comes out and finds David and tells him, he says, "Listen, my father's hand is not going to find you. He's not going to catch you. Don't worry." And he tells him, "You're going to be king. You are going to get where God wants you to go." And sometimes we just need, as a leader, you just need somebody to tell you, "Hey, you're going to get there. Don't worry. It's going to happen. What you've been planning on, what you've been working on, what you've been, putting together, it's going to work." And sometimes that simple word is all the reassurance you need. You just need to know, "Hey, it's going to be all right. We're going to make it." And he tells him, "We're going to make it. I'm going to be with you." Even though that didn't turn out to be the way it was, Jonathan's offspring was with David in the palace, in the kingdom, because of that commitment they made to one another. Jonathan was basically going out to David and said, "I got your back, man. You're going to be all right." And sometimes you just need somebody that tells you, hey, it's going to be all right. You're going to be fine. They don't have to come up with a bold strategy. They don't have to come up with a new plan. They don't, but they just want you to know. Sometimes you just need folks that know that you're on the team with them, that you're still in there with them. And I a couple of stories come to my mind. One from the movie, not the movie, from the TV show, The West Wing, and they were, I think Leo McGarry, and I know this is way before most of y'all's time, but there was a guy, the chief of staff was talking about, he's telling a story about how this man was walking along and he fell into a ditch, in the street, fell into, I believe, either manhole or something. But he's down there and he doesn't know how to get out. He's hollering. And he finally sees a friend walking by. He said, hey, what are you doing down there? He said, man, I fell in there. I don't know how to get out. And all of a sudden, the friend that was up on the street jumps down in there with him. And he said, wait, man, what are you doing? Now we're both stuck in here. He said, yeah, I've been here. But he said, yeah, it's okay, though. I've been down here before and I know the way out. Sometimes you just need somebody to jump in there with you and that knows the way out. Simon Sinek talks about what a real friend is. A real friend is able to not necessarily always have the answers, not basically try to fix you, not trying to work it all the way out, but sometimes they just want to be the one that sits with you for a while. They'll sit in the mud with you. And they may not have to say anything, they may not have to do anything, but sometimes they just want to, I'll sit with you, I'll hang with you. Sometimes when folks are going through a rough time, tough time, grief, all kinds of obstacles, you don't need people to, there's no speech or no magic potion that's going to solve it, but you need people on your team that know when to sit with you. Just sit quietly with me. Just hang with me while I'm, walking through this, and we walk through it together. I got a scriptural example. I'll give you a little word real quick and we'll be done. But it's interesting that how we define a good teammate, a good friend. And we need good teammates. We need good people around us that can see what's going on and be there and make up their mind that I'm going to be in this with you all the way through. We're going to see it through together. That's what teammates do. That's what friends do. And so watch this. I'm going to look at 2 Samuel chapter number 10. And this really talking about David's mighty men. This is when he was had ascended to the kingdom. And it was, and the enemy was coming at them. Matter of fact, it was two different enemies. It was the Ammonites, Syrians. They're both coming out after them. And when you realize that the Ammon and the Aram, these were basically Syrians and the Ammonites, were coming out against God's people, and it was demonstrating not only the strength of David's military, but it was also the togetherness of them. And it was two brothers, in fact. And so you watch, and I want to just look at verses 11 and 12, but it's an interesting story all the way down. And it says in verse number 11, he put some men out there with his brother. Verse number 10 says, and the rest of the people he delivered into the hand of Abishai, his brother. And this is talking about Joab. He saw that the battle was against him in front and behind. The enemy had basically got him, was surrounding them. It had them covered from the front and the rear. And it said he chose out all the choice men of Israel, put them in array. And he put against the Syrians. And then he had Abishai, his brother, put them array against the children of Ammon. So he's separating these two groups. He says, okay, they got us surrounded. The Syrians, the Ammonites, and the Syrians are one, their enemies coming at you in two different fronts. And that's the way it is sometimes. You got stuff happening to you on two different sides. Some of us have been there where you've had multiple things going on at the same time. And all of them are tough. All of them are hard to deal with. But watch what he says. And I just want to get this thought in your mind. And the rest of the people he delivered into the hand of Abishai, his brother, and that he might put them in array against the children of Ammon. And he said to his brother, Abishai, this is Joab talking to Abishai. And he says, if the Syrians be too strong for me, then thou shalt help me. But if the children of Ammon be too strong for thee, then I will come and help thee. He said, if it's too tough for you, if it's too tough for me, come help me. If it gets too bad for you, I'll come and help you. What does it say in the Amplified? It says, Joab said to Abishai, if the Arameans are too strong for me, then you shall come help me. But if the Ammonites are too strong for you, I will come to help you. Watch this. Next verse says, be courageous and let us show ourselves courageous for the benefit of our people and the cities of our God. And may the Lord do what is good in his sight. In other words, I've got your back. If it gets too tough for you, I got you. Write that in the comments. I got your back. If it's too rough for me, you got to have my back. That's what he's telling. If you see that the enemy is getting the best of me, you got to come help me. If I see that the enemy is getting the best of you, I'm coming to help you. That's when you really have somebody that's got your back. That's when you really got help. And that's when you're covered. That means that I don't have to worry about what's happening because my brother is looking out for me. My teammate is looking out for me. My teammate is not only taking care of what they got to take care of, but now they're also keeping an eye on what's going on with me. It's important for us to have people around us that can keep an eye out for whatever's going on, that are sensitive to what's happening with us. Sometimes, it seems like what's going on? Because sometimes we get so goal oriented. Let's get this done. Let's get this. Let's make this. Let's make this event happen. Let's make this. And after a while, we forget that these are people that are involved, and people have issues that they got to deal with. People have bad days. Sometimes you say, "Oh, it seems like they're not the same like they used to be. Something's going on with them." And as a leader, you got to be sensitive enough to know when someone on your team is in a slump, when someone on your team is feeling like, I'm not sure, whatever, they got something going on. And maybe you don't even know what it is, but you just said, hey, okay, what's going on? Do you need some time off? Do you need a break? Do you need an adjustment? What's happening with you? Because I need my team to be at their best. Because when all of us are at our best, we all win. And what happened in this battle, we won't read it, but you can read the story. He's basically saying, whatever the Lord wants to do, he's going to do it. But let's show up and let's be courageous. Let's step up. And so they began. So, of course, they approached the battle and the people ran. The enemy ran away. And so then the same things happened with Abishai. They ran from him. And of course, they won the victory. But the first thing they had to do was to show up and know that somebody had their back. Many of us will show up if we know somebody's got our back. They're not going to leave us out there. And as a leader, I've had to, at times, been able to step up. Okay, I got to defend people on my team. I got to step up and cover and protect and look out for people on my team, because that's the mark of a leader. A lot of folks want to take credit when everything goes well, but then they run when everything goes wrong. But to be able to say, I'm responsible. And it's good to have people around you that say, you know what? I got you. I'm looking out for you. I'm making sure that what you want to have happen is going to happen. What you want to see accomplished is going to be accomplished. And that's the same way as leaders we have to be for the people on our team. We got to have their back, and they got to have our back. And I found that when people really know that you're with them, they'll definitely be in the trenches with you. And so I want to encourage you that I got your back. That's one of the things that the Lord is leading me to work on, is to be able to let leaders know and reassure them that somebody is out there in their corner. trying to pull for them, trying to encourage them, trying to get them where they need to go. And sometimes that's the mark of a good leader, is being able to not only, they often say that about NBA players. Oh, so-and-so, he makes everybody around him better. Or WNBA, she makes everybody around on the team better. She lifts the whole team on her shoulders. And that's when you're able to, but mainly what you're doing is instilling confidence in the people around you, letting them know that I got your back. So I want to encourage you leaders. I got your back. There's somebody that's in your corner. And what I want to encourage you also to do is it doesn't have to be a big team, but just make sure you got people on your team whose back you can cover and who can cover your back. If the enemy's too great for you, I see what's happening. You need to take some time off. You need to get some rest. You may not need to be there that Sunday. Right? You may need to be on vacation, but be able to have a person's back and be able to let them help you. Let them help you. Let them be able to show up for you, and you'll watch. All of you will win if you do that. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. We're going to talk a little bit more about that this weekend. I'm going to have our monthly leadership session, Spirit and Life Ministries International Fellowship. Our monthly leadership session is going to be this Saturday. Watch what we're talking about. Side by side. Teamwork is key. We're going to talk about that. We're going to be talking diving a little bit deeper into teamwork, talking about being able to work together. So that's going to be this Saturday, April 11th at 10 a.m. You see the Zoom information on your screen. Not only should you be there, but you should bring some leaders with you. Invite other leaders that you know will benefit from this. We won't be in there all day, I promise you, but it will be a blessing to you. I guarantee it. Side by side. Teamwork is key. Join me this Saturday on Zoom. It will bless you. It will bless you. It will bless you. Can't emphasize that enough. Also, want to just make sure that you all see this and are that you're invited. It's going to be my pastoral celebration, May 31st. Mark your calendars, 3 p.m. That's the fifth Sunday, 3 p.m. in the afternoon. It's the 3540 pastoral celebration. 35 years of pastoring, 40 years of preaching. I want you to join me here at Spirit and Life Ministries. It's going to be my last Sunday as senior pastor, but join us for that. It's going to be a blessing. I'm looking forward to seeing so many of you that are my friends, have been friends down through the years. And we never did an anniversary service all the years that I've been pastoring, but we are going to have this celebration to wrap it all up. And that's going to be on May 31st, 2026. 3 p.m. right here at Spirit and Life Ministries. I'd love to have you with me. I'd love to see your face. I'd love for you to give me a big hug. We can take some pictures and all that good stuff. And my friend, Bishop Clinton House from Las Vegas, is going to be with us from Mountaintop Faith. He's going to be with us preaching that service. We're going to have a whole bunch of folks here. It's going to be fun. So come and celebrate with me. God's been good to us. So I want you to be there to celebrate God's goodness with me on May 31st, 2026. Tell a friend, tell your mom and them, tell your cousin them, tell their auntie them. Come on, let's hang out on May 31st. All right, God bless you. I love you. And I will see you, Lord willing, next week. Have a good one.